Hi, Brenda Bisikwa is my name. Today we are going to learn about how to grow our money through unit trust fund investments. Yes, we are going to look at unit trust fund investments and how you can use that investment avenue as a space to grow your money. A lot of the times I get people that ask me, Brenda, tell us about this unit trust fund thing in the simplest way. We don't want technical terms. We don't want, I don't know what of the what. We just want you to explain it for the common person. And it is what we are going to do today. So we are going to look at how to grow our income, how to grow our money, how you can diversify and also grow your income through unit trust fund investments. And we are going to explore unit trust fund investments comprehensively. And my hope is that at the end of this video, you'll be able to explain what a unit trust fund is and also to be able to also teach it to other people, because we are going to try to break it in the simplest language, So I know that especially in my part of the world, here in Uganda, a lot of people struggle with finding safe investment spaces where they can put their money. So you find questions like, I have my money, I don't know where to put it. I have my money, but I don't know of a safe place that I can put it. I have my money, but I don't have a very safe investment space that I can grow it. I don't even know how to start saving. I don't know how to start investing. I don't know anything because I just don't know anything, So today, let's explore unit trust funds. Let's see what they're about and let's see how we can tap into that investment space. I believe by the end of this video, it will make so much sense. So let's delve right into it. So what is a unit trust fund? So a unit trust fund can simply be explained as a space of investment where you can invest your money and earn interest off it on a daily basis. That is what it is, a space of investment where you can invest your money and earn interest off it on a daily basis. For our friends that like to be a little bit technical, technical, a unit trust fund investment is simply a collective investment scheme where funds are pulled together by a fund manager with the main goal of investment. So picture this. Let's make it a little bit illustrative for those who are like, Brenda, even after those two definitions, I don't understand. Let us illustrate it. Today you're leaving this place when you know what a unit trust fund is. So picture a basket. Like this is a basket. And then picture thousands and thousands of people, individuals. And picture the fact that each of those individuals has a certain amount of money with them. Maybe this one has 100,000, this one has 200,000, this one has 400,000, etc, etc, etc. So all these people decide to come and put all their money in this basket. They're like, all of us, let's put our money in this basket. And then after they have put their money in the basket, they say, let's carry the basket and we take it to a professional who is going to invest the money on our behalf. And for us, we just remain seated and we wait for our money with interest return. So illustratively, that is what a unit trust fund is. That money will be pulled together by a legal fund manager. And once it's pulled together, it's collectively invested for the benefit of all the investors, which is you and I. You and I, we are the investors of this day. Yeah. So yeah, you might be like, but Brenda, I've heard the word fund manager. We said no technical terms. All right. So a fund manager is simply defined as a legal financial institution that has been licensed legally by the Capital Markets Authority to trade or do the business of unit trust fund investments. So a legal fund manager is a licensed financial institution that is allowed to do that business. Like, it has gone through every parameter, and according to the regulator in Uganda, the regulator is like, yeah, this financial institution can do this business of unit trust funds. Yeah. So, and I know some people are like, Katate now Capital Markets Authority. What is that, Brenda? Okay. So the Capital Markets Authority is the governing body for investments in Uganda, or what rather we can call the regulating body for investments in Uganda. So it is the one that licenses these fund managers to be able to do and trade in this business of unit trust funds. So the Capital Markets Authority licenses the fund manager, who is now allowed to pull the money from the public or from the people and then invest it on their behalf. And even when it comes to the investments where fund managers invest the money, the Capital Markets Authority, yeah, will still demarcate certain spaces where the money can be invested. So it's not like the fund manager can now say, there is this, there is a pork business, there is this, let's go and do that. No, there are still specific spaces which we can call fixed income securities. For those that have heard of treasury bills, treasury bonds, fixed deposits, shares, those are some of the spaces where unit trust fund investments are put by the fund manager. So after the money has been pulled from you, the fund manager invests in the spaces that the Capital Markets Authority has said these are the spaces, which is those fixed income securities. And then after, the job of the fund manager is to give back to the investors, you and I, with a good return, which guarantees. So that alone debunks the question of safety around unit trust funds. The fact that unit trust funds are highly regulated investments, we've spoken about it, by the Capital Markets Authority. The fact that unit trust funds are invested in certain spaces, fixed income securities, that are extremely safe and reliable. And also the fact that unit trust funds are managed by legal and professional fund managers. It's not just anyone who wakes up in the morning to say, I'm going to do this business. So you might be asking, okay, now that we've seen it is safe, we know what it means. I'm thinking by now you can define what it is after those three definitions. You're like, okay, how do I benefit? Like me. I'm here, naka something. I have my 100,000 or 200 or a million or whatever. Like, how do I benefit, Mazima, from this unit trust? Yeah. And here is really how you benefit from a unit trust. The fact that from the moment you've invested your money in a unit trust fund, every single day from that point on, your money makes you interest. Unit trust funds in Uganda give what we call daily interest. So every single day, as you're working, as you're doing what, running around with what, your money is here making for you money. We can actually look at it as another income stream for you, because it's actually making you money. Like, this is real money that is growing and you're able to see it grow. So you earn interest on a daily basis. And then on top of the interest being daily, what makes it even more interesting is that unit trust funds give what we call compounding interest. There are people who like to use the word interest on interest, interest on interest. So practically that is what it is. So with unit trusts, the interest that you make on a daily basis is added onto the principal on a daily basis, together making interest added onto the principal together. So it's interest on interest. Every day the interest is added onto the principal. So you find that in the long run, the compounding effect obviously has to kick in. You find that you have much more money accumulated than if you put it in a place where you're being given a fixed interest rate. Another way that you'd really benefit from a unit trust fund is the flexibility. In Uganda, unit trust funds are flexible in the sense that you can withdraw your money at any time. It doesn't have these things of first wait for 3 months. No. In Uganda, unit trust funds, you can withdraw your money at any time, whenever you decide. If you want it after 1 week, if you want it after 2 days. And the average turnaround time for the fund managers, most of them, is about 2 to 3 working days, and money is on your account. So you can withdraw, but also deposit at any time of your choice, you see. So you're depositing, you're withdrawing as you will, as you know, it's like that. And then another juicy thing about the unit trusts in Uganda is actually the fact that right now in Uganda, unit trust funds are tax exempt. Right now, it's a law in Uganda that collective investment schemes cannot be taxed. So for now, unit trust funds in Uganda are still tax exempt, unless maybe the government charges something or something. But for now, you enjoy a tax-free investment. And then also, for some of the notable fund managers, you access what we call an online platform where you're able to monitor your investments yourself. Can you imagine? Every day, you're the one who says for yourself, this is how my money has gone, this is how much I've made, this is what it's looking like, this is this and this and this. It's amazing. So you're able to see your investment grow and everything around that. Then the other thing with unit trust is really the safety. We spoke into the safety at the beginning when we said that unit trust fund managers are highly regulated entities, invest in safe spaces. And it's the question of safety is really answered when it comes to unit trust funds. Actually, unit trust funds in Uganda are classified under what we call extreme low risk investments. Like the risk of losing your money is close to non-existent. You get. And then the other thing, we sort of also hinted on it at the beginning, is the fact that unit trust funds are managed by professional fund managers, established fund managers in the market, And that is beautiful to know that that is where your money is going as someone that is choosing to invest. Of course, now I know you're going to ask me, okay, now Brenda, who are these fund managers that we are talking about? So some of the notable ones in Uganda, number one is the Old Mutual Investment Group, which most people commonly know as the UAP, Old Mutual Investment Group. Secondly, there's the Britam Asset Managers. Thirdly, there is Zeno. Fourth, there is Sanlam. Fifth, there is Cornerstone Asset Managers. So there are about 5 or 6. There's Stanbic, 5 or 6, and you're able to explore all of them before you come to our decision. So when it comes to requirements, of course, it will vary from fund manager to fund manager, and also the nature of account that you're taking on, because with unit trusts, you can take it on as an individual, you can take it on as joint investors, like you're 2 people and you're like, hey, let's put money together and invest. You can take it on as a group, you can take it on as an investment club, as a circle, as a church, as a couple. You really can just take it on as long as you have money to invest. So another question around unit trust funds that I could possibly answer is the question of the interest rate. So the average interest rate for unit trust funds in Uganda is between 10% to 12%. So making it around 11% per annum. Yeah. So on a typical day, a fund manager will be at maybe 10.9%, 11%, 12%. It floats. It's a floating rate, but the average is 11%. So we are trying to grow our finances, and anything that pushes you ahead in that area is a good thing. So this is a space to really consider investing, especially if you're a beginner investor and you're not so used to extremely high risky investments. This is a beginner. Me and my friends usually say, if someone cannot invest in a unit trust, like it's like the starter pack for investments. It's like a starter pack. So I want us to have more conversations around this. If you feel like there's anything I've left out that we should probably have talked about, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'm also going to leave contact and email. So should you have questions, anything really that you'd want to know about this particular type of investment, I'm very happy to have those discussions with you. So for now, I'm going to say bye, and I'll have to catch you next time. Bye-bye.